Hello guys and welcome to another top 10 video. Now I know it has been a long time since I did one of these videos. It's because I've been working on these slides and I'm not really interested, but I still do them because I do like them still. Now, this list of top 10 will be a bit outdated, sadly. So today, well, not the... So, it will be having some games that are from the past, and some games that I really wish, and some games I wish would be in there, but I don't have in there. So, let us begin. We have number 10, Layers of Fear. The reason why I like Layers of Fear a little bit is because I've seen bits and pieces of it. It looks very creative. It looks like a game that would mess with your mind, which I do enjoy. I like games that always try to mess with you and make you think of one thing and another. Like the new game, Blair Witch Project. I just literally got done watching Markiplier finish playing that. Great game, and I also figured out how to do a good ending. You do not break all the sticks. Let's continue. Now it's the Slenderman game. Now the reason why I said it's outdated because some of these games I really didn't care for, and then some of these games didn't give me scares, but they're jump scares. Example, the Slenderman game. More likely it'd be the one on the Xbox that I played more likely, and it was only a demo, but it still kind of got me. And then I was able to get my hands on the original version of the Slenderman and was able to play it, and I also did kind of enjoy it. It was an okay game. Maybe a game that I didn't really care for, but it still kind of got me good. And I used to really like Slenderman, but then now I'm just like, he's just too popular, and I really don't care. And especially the movie ruined him. He sucks now. Like, the movie made Slenderman try to be creepy and scary, but it just made him really weird. And especially how he's able to use trees to kill people. That's really strange. I've never seen that in the creepypasta that I've been reading of Slenderman. So I don't think that's real. Now, let's move forward. Yep. Let's continue. We'll go ahead and just name this top 9 horror games. Number 7 would be Jeff the Killer game. Now, I couldn't really find the official name for this game, but then really the only one that I really did like was the one on mobile. Yes, I know, I play a lot of mobile games, but that's because I'm bored. And it's to kill Jeff the Killer, and it was the original one to where you walked around with a limited amount of ammo and one gun. You had to continue looking and looking and looking, which took forever, and I was never to beat it, and I only saw Jeff the Killer once, which was terrifying because I wasn't even expecting it. There was no jump scare, no music, it was just him running at me, which terrified me to death. And I've always hated that, but then I've always loved it because that's what a horror game is supposed to do. But the reason why it's number 7, because really it was just you trying to go around and kill Jeff the Killer. And then the other Jeff the Killer games weren't even that good. There's just boxes, there's head boxes of Jeff the Killer's face. And I didn't really enjoy it. I really like games that have a full fleshed out model. If there's a really good game, like the Slenderman, and if people treated Jeff the Killer seriously, then they could actually make a game of you being the player, actually becoming a Jeff the Killer, or you trying to survive against Jeff the Killer. That'd be a really cool idea, but I don't think anyone will do that. And I'd be kind of scared if someone made a Jeff the Killer movie. Let's continue. Number 6, Five Nights at Freddys. Now, I really did like Five Nights at Freddys when it first came out, because it was the first game of its time. Like, not first horror, but first, yeah, it is kind of horror, but it's first heavy-hitting jump scare, which I did really enjoy back then. And then there was the surprise of Golden Freddy. But then playing it and playing after hours and hours and hours, it just got boring, and I got terrified of it. Not terrified, terrible at it. Not terrible, I'd beaten it multiple times. I just got bored of it, and I couldn't take it anymore, and then I quit. And I played FNAF 2, I didn't care for it, it was alright. And I played FNAF 3, that was easily to beat. FNAF 4, it's impossible for me. FNAF 5, oh wait, no, that's just a location. I've played it, that's beaten. And then the other FNAFs I haven't tried out yet. But I have seen some gameplay, and they're okay. I don't really like these anymore. Number 5, Dead by Daylight. I completely screwed that up. Now, the reason why I put Dead by Daylight even in this list, because there is a couple of killers and a couple of builds that can terrify you as a survivor. especially knowing the fact that you're being chased around by multiple killers, like a guy with bear traps and a giant machete, one that can turn invisible with just a bell and some hook thingy, the other one that literally has a chainsaw and a hammer. Like, that's kind of terrifying. And then some of the builds that they have, like for example, Hag, that is able to place traps around around the around the map that you're in, and then she just pops up with a loud sound. It's a semi jump scare. She doesn't pop right in your face, but it's out of surprise because you don't see the traps well. You can't disarm with a flashlight, but they're really difficult to see. And then also another build is the see-through Myers, or peekaboo Myers, as Monto says. And you're able to see through people through walls, and only in Tier 1, which makes you undetectable. Also means you can't be heard or seen. Well, you can be seen, but you cannot be heard. It means you have no terror radius or heartbeat. So whenever you go around someone, you're easily to go around the corner and scare them. And then also another one is Spirit with Prayer Beads. That's also very interesting. Now, someone did want prayer beads on the Spirit completely, which I kind of disagree with, because the Spirit is pretty powerful already. It's just that with prayer beads, it's just harder to detect her. Moving on. Number 4, Friday the 13th the game. Now, Friday the 13th the game isn't really scary anymore, but when it first came out, it terrified me, and especially because of how the player would act. Especially because there's a thing where you can modify your voice, even in the game, and then talk to the survivors, and then it's also ability to just hear other survivors talking while you're Jason, which gives you up in hand whenever someone says, ooh, you should go ahead and grab the gas before he finds us. Which makes you believe that there's gasoline around, so you can go ahead and trap that gas, or go ahead and interrupt the guy or catch him whenever he's trying to get the gasoline, kill him, and then look for his friend, which is very smart and intelligent, which I do appreciate. But then, going back to Dead by Daylight, it doesn't have that voice modifier, which I do think is interesting. It's a good take, but then whenever you want to survive with friends, then it's really hard. And even you have the option to do that, you won't be able to talk to them in game. You would have to have a Discord or call them one another. I'm not that sure. But then back to Friday the 13th, and playing as a survivor, you are able to hurt Jason, but not really hurt him. It's more likely stun him. And it fills up his rage meter to where at the end, he just really doesn't care, and he just goes through it unless it's a shotgun to the face. Then he'll fall for a set amount of time, but he's able to get back up faster, and you can kill Jason, but it's very difficult, especially if you have a team of survivor counselors that don't know what they're doing, or they just don't want to cooperate, or they're just a bunch of dickheads. Moving on, number 3, The Evil Within. I never really beat this game because it was really hard for me. Like, I got stuck to where I had no ammo, and then I had to use a knife, and I spent about 2 hours on that section. I just gave up. But that game is horrifying. Horrifying. Like, that game is extreme horrifying. I hated the game, but then I loved it at the same time. And like Slenderman game, it was really good, but 10 times better than Slenderman. Maybe even 50 times better than Slenderman. Get out of here. But still, this is a really fun game, and if you really like Resident Evil, then I'd suggest playing it, which I actually may be doing a playthrough of the classic Director's Cut Resident Evil. I have it downloaded and bought on my PlayStation, and I'm still trying to get through the first playthrough, which is going to take a while because I haven't touched the game in 4 months, but I will come back to it. And the second one, Silent Hill. Now, I never really played the Silent Hill game, and I've seen both of the Silent Hill movies, which were quite honest disappointment now that I'm older and I've seen gameplay of Silent Hill. But then looking back at the games, they were more Resident Evil ripoff, but in a good way, sort of. It wasn't this like weird ripoff. It was its own game, just had some aspects of Resident Evil, and I really enjoyed that. Still had the same controls, but different monsters in different place and different story. And instead of zombies or monsters, there were demons in my mind. But eventually you figured out it's a corrupted little town on the other edge of the world in a dimension, kind of like Stranger Things and Upside Down, I believe, to where you find that everyone else is not there unless they're with the resistance and they're trying to kill you, and then everyone else is corrupted, turning into monsters or demons. Number 1, Alien Isolation. Now, Alien Isolation is the greatest horror game I've ever played because I've always loved Aliens vs. Predator. But I have to mention, this is subjective opinion. I have to always say that, and I forget to say that. But let's continue with Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is one of the best games you ever play if you're getting into a horror game, because that really tests you to your limits, especially on Nightmare difficulty, which I never played, but my uncle has, and beaten the game a total of maybe 6 to 7 times in a breeze. The beginning of gameplay is really hard, but then once you get used to it and get used to the controls and crafting and finding items, then it's really easy. But still, this game is really interesting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and today I wanted to at least show you something that I've been stuck on in my head. It's a little meme from Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've been watching Arnold Schwarzenegger all day. I'd love to show you guys this, so please wait 1 second. Okay, so this is I'm going to break your damn spine meme, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. This will be the ending cut. I will maybe put some memes or music on at the end of my top 10, because really the ending, I don't have anything for the ending. Stop it! And I would hope to see you guys on another video. Goodbye.
I live to see you eat that contract, but I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!